Hello everyone, welcome back to the Daily Blend. I'm your host Oliver, and today is February 24th. You know, Maya, I'm feeling particularly inspired today. Do you know whose birthday it is today?
オリバー・ハロー、2月24日だよね。誰の誕生日だろう。全然思いつかないな。ヒントちょうだい。
Well, he changed the way we look at phones and computers. It's Steve Jobs. He was born on this day back in 1955. I was actually reading some of his famous quotes this morning while having my coffee. Stay hungry, stay foolish.
スティーブ・ジョブズ。そうなんだ、今日が誕生日なんだね。その言葉、日本でもすごく有名だよ。なんだか今日はクリエイティブな気分になれそうだね。
Exactly. And speaking of being hungry for success, Japan's economy seems to be in a very exciting mood lately. Have you seen the news about the stock market? It's absolutely incredible.
株価のニュースでしょ？もちろんチェックしてるよ。毎日史上最高値って言葉を聞いてる気がするけど、またすごいことになってるの？
It really is. The Nikkei 225 has just hit a historic high of over 57,000 points. Just to put that in perspective, early in 2024, it was around 39,000. People are calling it a new golden age for Japan.
57,000円？すごい。2年前から考えると信じられないくらいの上がり方だよね。何がそんなに市場を盛り上げてるの？
Well, investors are really excited about Prime Minister Sanaya Takaichi's economic policies. They're calling it Takaichinomics. She's focusing on big corporate tax cuts and cutting through red tape. Because of all this optimism, we are firmly in a bull market.
経済政策への期待感がすごいんだね。高市ノミクスか。今オリバーが言ったbull marketってどういう意味？牛の市場？
That's a great question. A bull market is basically a period when stock prices are rising and investors feel confident about the economy. Think of a bull. It attacks by pushing its horns up into the air. So when the market is going up, 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 we call it a bull market.
なるほど。牛が角を突き上げる動きから株価が上がっている状態をbull marketって言うんだね。面白い。今はまさにその強気相場ってことか。
Precisely. And this mood really accelerated after the recent elections. The government won a landslide victory, which gave them a lot of power to push these new economic reforms through quickly.
landslide victory。ランドスライドって土砂崩れのことだよね。それが選挙とどう関係があるの？
It does sound scary, doesn't it? But in politics, a landslide victory means a win by a very large margin. It's like the winner got so many votes that it overwhelmed everyone else. Just like a landslide covers everything in its path. It was a massive, overwhelming win.
なるほど。土砂崩れみたいに圧倒的な票の差で勝つ圧勝のことなんだね。確かにそれだけ支持があれば改革も進みそう。
Exactly. And what's really interesting this time is that it's not just big banks and foreign companies buying stocks. We are seeing a huge increase in the number of retail investors.
Retail investor。リテールって小売りだよね。投資の世界でのリテールってどういう人たちのこと？
Think of a retail investor as an individual person, like you, me, or our listeners, who buys stocks for their own personal account rather than for a big company or a bank. Ordinary citizens in Japan are now moving their savings into the market because they don't want to miss out on this growth.
へえ、つまり私たちみたいな個人投資家のことなんだね。確かに最近は新ニーサとかの影響もあって、周りでも株の話をする人が増えた気がするよ。みんな夕食の時に高市効果について話してるみたい。
It's become a huge topic of conversation. It feels like there's a newfound excitement in the air. Even though the yen is still a bit weak, corporate earnings are so strong that people are feeling much wealthier. It's a fascinating time for the Japanese economy.
本当だね。景気が良くなってみんなの生活も豊かになるといいな。さて、経済の明るいニュースの後は未来を感じるテクノロジーの話題に行こうか。
Good idea. Let's shift from the stock market to the skies above Tokyo. The government and major airlines like ANA have just officially mapped out the flight paths for air taxis, and they're launching sooner than you might think.
空に飛ぶタクシーでしょ。万博のニュースとかで見たことあるけど、ついに具体的なルートが決まったんだ。いつから乗れるようになるの？
They are planning to officially take to the skies in late 2026. These are five-seater electric aircraft made by Joby Aviation. They've already finished public demonstrations, and now they're getting ready for full commercial service in Tokyo and Osaka.
2026年、もうすぐそこだね。今、オリバーが言った Take to the skies って直訳すると空に連れていくかな？
Close. To take to the skies basically means to start flying or to launch a new flight service. You can use it for a new airline starting its first flight, or in this case, a whole new type of transportation finally starting to fly in our cities.
なるほど。新しく飛び始めるとか就航するっていう意味なんだね。東京の空をタクシーが飛ぶなんて本当に SF 映画みたいな世界。
It really is, and the best part is how fast they are. These electric aircraft can travel at 320 kilometers per hour. The goal is to significantly cut down on the time it takes to travel across the city.
時速320キロ？新幹線の速さだね。cut down on っていうのは時間を減らすっていうこと？
Spot on. To cut down on something means to reduce the amount or size or duration of something, like travel time. So, a trip that usually takes 1 hour in car through heavy traffic might only take 10 minutes by air taxi. So, you cut down on your travel time by 50 minutes.
それはすごい。1時間が10分になるなんて。東京の移動って電車を乗り継いだり渋滞にはまったりして意外と時間がかかるからすごく助かるよね。
Exactly. That's the main reason for this project. They want to solve the problem of urban congestion. If you've ever tried to take a taxi through central Tokyo during rush hour, you know exactly what I mean.
Urban congestion. Urban は都市ので、congestion は何だろう？
Urban congestion refers to heavy traffic and overcrowding in a city area. Basically, it's when there are too many cars on the road and everything slows down. By moving some of that traffic into the air, they can make the city move much more smoothly.
ああ、なるほど。都市の混雑とか渋滞のことなんだね。確かに東京の渋滞は深刻だもんね。でも空を飛ぶとなると音がうるさくないか心配だな。
That's the amazing thing. These electric aircraft are incredibly quiet. They say the noise level is only 45 decibels, which is no louder than a library. Residents near Tokyo Bay are already seeing test flights, and people are posting videos on social media because they can't believe how quiet it is.
図書館と同じくらいの静けさ？それはびっくり。それなら街中を飛んでいても気にならなそうだね。私も2026年になったらぜひ乗ってみたいな。
Me too. I'd love to see Tokyo from above without the noise of a jet engine. It's definitely something to look forward to. Well, before we wrap up, let's quickly review today's expressions.
そうだね。今日も便利な表現がたくさんあったからゆっくり復習しよう。
Our first one was bull market. A bull market is a period where stock prices are rising and investors feel confident. Think of the bull pushing its horns up.
bull market 株価が上がっている強気相場のことだね。牛が角を突き上げるイメージ。
Next, we had landslide victory. This is a win by a very large margin in an election, a massive, overwhelming win.
landslide victory 大勝なんだね。土砂崩れみたいに圧倒的な差で勝つことだね。
Then we mentioned retail investor. This is an individual person who buys stocks for themselves, rather than a professional working for a big company.
retail investor 機関投資家ではなく私たちみたいな個人投資家のことだね。
Moving to our second story, we had take to the skies. This means to begin flying or to launch a new flight service.
take to the skies 空に飛び立つとか青航サービスが就航するっていう意味だね。
Then we used cut down on. This means to reduce the amount, size, or duration of something, like travel time.
cut down on 何かを減らす、削減するだね。時間を短縮するときにも使えるね。
And finally, urban congestion. This refers to heavy traffic and overcrowding in a city area.
urban congestion 都市の混雑や渋滞のことだね。これでバッチリ。
Great job. It's been a very exciting episode today. I hope everyone enjoyed learning about the historic Nikkei highs and the future of air taxis.
本当に日本の経済もテクノロジーも新しいステージに行こうとしてる感じがしたね。みんなも今日学んだ表現ぜひ使ってみてね。
Thanks for listening, everyone. Practice those expressions, and we'll see you in the next episode. Have a wonderful day.
それではまた次回。バイバイ。